Hope everyone had a great Star Wars day yesterday. Today, the lesser known of the Star Wars holidays is Revenge of the Fifth. So I wanted to do another Star Wars meditation. Today we'll do similar to what we did on May 4th. We're going to do another mantra meditation. And we'll use the sort of motto of The Mandalorian, which is covered in the first season of The Mandalorian. This is the way, and that's what we're going to do. Just as, I probably should have said this last time as a disclaimer, I have no contact with the Star Wars universe or any of that. I have no affiliation. This is just more of a fandom kind of a thing. And then also, as I mentioned in the last video, I'm a mindfulness meditation coach. I'm certified through Unified Mindfulness, and I'm a meditator myself, a Zen practitioner to be specific. So what we'll do is a 9-minute practice. I probably won't give as much lead in to this as I did the previous video. So if you're curious, I'll put a link in the description. Sharut's mantra is what we worked with in the last, and we'll use a mantra again in a similar way. And then in the 9-minute practice I'll give guidance kind of around the use of the mantra. So just as a quick, very, very quick synopsis. So in meditation, we're familiarizing the mind with this combination, or what seems paradoxical, to have a state where we can be both relaxed and alert. So it puts us in the situation where we're not too leaning into what's going on. We're not too crazy about sort of this has to happen, and then we're not too sort of laid back. So we're right in kind of this balance point of being both relaxed, but we're here, we're present, we're available. So we can think of it as our concentration is not too dull as opposed to sharp, but we're not so sharp that we're kind of like leaning beyond where we need to be. And so what we usually do, meditation is a very vast topic. In mindfulness meditation, what we tend to do is we have sort of an object that we're focusing on. We focus on that object, and then when our concentration wavers, which it will, we bring our concentration back. When thoughts arise, no big deal. If we see if they can be in the background, and we continue to focus on the object. So we select something to attend to, something to focus on, and then as we deviate from that, we come back to it. As we deviate, we come back to it. And so part of the reason why I pick this is the way is that mantra, or what is appealing to me, is that it comes into really codifying this idea of what in a practice we want to do. And so we can have up days, we can have down days, we can have good things happen, we can have bad things happen. Regardless of what's going on with that, we sit. So it's a bit like Jeff Warren talks about with meditation that he offers, the mountain meditation. So it's this idea that regardless of sort of the strikes and gutters, if you will, in Lebowski parlance, this is the way. We keep going, and we don't worry about sort of running after praise or lamenting blame. So that's a quick intro. Let me set my timer. And then for folks, I just want to give an auditory warning. I'm going to ring a bell, just so you know that that's coming. And we'll have a 9-minute practice together. And then I'll give you some guidance on sort of settling into your posture as we go here. So. I want to invite you to take a posture that helps you be sort of settled in. We want the torso ideally to be upright, but also settled and relaxed enough that we don't feel like we're straining. Ideally, in having our torso upright, we can elongate the spine. Our shoulders are over our hips, our nose over our navel. Ears over the shoulders. And as we begin here, this idea of being able to, with eyes open and maybe your gaze dropped or eyes closed, we can kind of, this in of itself is a practice that you can cultivate, just being able to feel the body where it's positioned. As you meditate more, you'll potentially see that you'll get more gains in the sort of proprioception, this ability to sort of place the body, feel what's going on also in the body. So again, eyes can be open. You may find that dropping your gaze helps avoid distractions, or eyes closed if you're okay with that. And as we begin, we just want to sort of settle in, give this almost as arriving. And what I like to do is a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Through the nose and out through the nose. In general, in mindfulness meditation, when we're sitting, we're not manipulating the breath, but it can be helpful to sort of stretch out and elongate that exhale. It's a way to kind of tweak and cue the rest and digest outside of the nervous system. And our mantra is simply, this is the way. And we can repeat that mental talk, or we can repeat it out loud if we're in a place that allows for it. This is the way. This is the way. This is the way. So I'll give you a little bit to play with the pace and tone of the recitation of the mantra. I'll check back in a minute or so with you. Just with any technique that we're going to do, our concentration might flag and we'll fall off the object. And part of the reason I like this mantra is when we lose our attention or we've wandered away, we bring our attention back. This is the way. That's what we're doing. Each time we catch ourselves at the moment of realization, something that can be celebrated, if you will. You were aware that you weren't aware. And in that realization and that insight, you have a choice to bring your attention back. And we just keep doing that. This is the way. The newer to meditation you are, the more silly this statement I'm about to say will probably sound. As we repeat the mantra, we can, even mentally, so we're not saying it out loud, there's a certain tone or inflection to how we're saying it. And ideally, we want to have a balanced tone and inflection. So you might hear mindfulness meditation coaches say that when we're using thought skillfully like this, like repeating a mantra, we want to have an equanimity tone. What that really is saying is we want to have this sort of smooth quality to the way that we're delivering the message. Or as Jeff Warren says, it's our inner smoothness muscle, equanimity. So in our final minutes together, see if you can play with the tone and inflection a bit. This is the way. Good. So just about 40 seconds. So if your eyes have been closed, you may want to reopen them. I'm going to ring a bell here in a second to signal the end of our sit together. Thank you for joining me for another Star Wars meditation. If you have, I've got a few people live, but if you've watched this as a replay, questions or reports, comments, please share them in the comment section below. Thanks again. Have a good 5th.